Carol Davies on Global Voice Radio, the host of Only the Best for You. Be a change maker and unlock the secret to your best life.
Welcome to the latest show on my program, Only the Best for You, here on Global Voice Radio. My name is Carol Davies. I'm a success coach with the Passion Motivator Coaching Company. I'm so pleased to be sharing various topics to help you become a change maker, being the best you can be, and developing the finest life for yourself. The topic I've chosen to speak on today is Here's to a Happily Successful Life. It's often said that you should start as you mean to continue. The successes of many leading entrepreneurs stem from attention to detail and focusing on the things that most people take for granted. So, what is this magic recipe for long-term success in business? What's the formula that some of the world's most successful entrepreneurs employ to see things through? Clearly, you need to be agile, innovative, productive, and effective with your actions to succeed. But you also need to instill a set of good daily habits so that you can automate your success. Habits hold the gateway to success in any endeavor. Not only do the habits we hold dictate the quality of our lives, but they also reflect our potential for success. Bad habits will always hold us back, especially when it comes to running a business with any staying power. Yet it's not just about eliminating the bad habits. You need to instill the right habits for personal and entrepreneurial success. The world's most successful entrepreneurs have endured some of the most trying times. They've endured countless failures along the way to business success, with endless headaches and restless nights, but they didn't give up. If you look at some of the most famous people who failed in the world, there are in fact 4 habits that stand out. Consider that one study determined that habits comprise 45% of daily behavior. By instilling the right habits, we'll default to a better set of actions without having to think about it. This automation is what helped the world's most successful entrepreneurs achieve their lofty goals. Emulate their habits, and you might just be able to emulate their accomplishments. However, before diving into the specific habits, let's briefly look at habit development. We all know that it's hard to form good habits or to quit our bad habits. Neural pathways that form in the mind etch deep connections between the neural networks that comprise much of our thoughts, emotions, and resultant actions. And overcoming these neural pathways can seem nearly impossible at times. What's the best way to instill the right daily habits into your life? Use what's called the micro-changes approach. This is the absolute best way to get a habit to stick. Considering that it takes on the average 18 to 254 days to form a habit, there's a tall mountain to climb of repetitive behavior. Yet, if you try to go from zero to being a hero overnight, you'll see yourself fail and revert back to the old, more comfortable habits. The micro-changes approach works like this. Take any habit you're looking to instill and break it down into bite-sized pieces. For example, let's just say you want to work out every day for 45 minutes. Well, start with just 3 push-ups, or get outside your house and walk for just 3 minutes. The point? The commitment has to be so small that it's impossible to fail at it. The point with the micro-changes approach is that you need to be consistent. So if you decide to do 3 push-ups a day, you have to stick with it. What will happen after a few days is that you'll want to increase that action. So if you do 3 push-ups per day for the first few days, then you might find yourself moving up to 4 push-ups the following few days. You simply have to keep increasing it as you go, but stick to the minimum amount you committed to. When we skip a day of doing something, any behavior, it's incredibly hard to go back. We lose the momentum, which is why the micro changes approach is important. For example, if you decide to walk for 3 minutes, possibly go for a walk around your block, you have to do it every day and increase that time every few days or every week. Any of the following habits can be created over time by using the micro changes approach. You can even use it to quit your bad habits by slowly limiting them over an extended period of time until they're gone. It isn't easy. You have to be conscious of what you're doing. But if you're committed enough to it, you'll achieve your habit development goals in time. For example, on waking early, this is a good one to try. The Apple CEO, Tim Cook, is often in the gym by 3:45 a.m. and sending out company emails by 4:30 a.m. every day. He is one of the world's most successful CEOs, and he knows a thing or two about the importance of getting early. He may be pushing it to extremes, of course, but think about it. Even rigorously researching the subject, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who ever achieved anything of significance if they were a habitual late riser. But there's a reason why many CEOs and countless others of the world's most successful individuals wake up that early. It's in the early morning hours, when the world is still and silent, that we can focus and concentrate best on our efforts to see things through and push through towards our long-term goals. Even for those people that don't consider themselves as morning persons, the daily success habit of waking up early can be achieved with the micro changes approach as long as you stay consistent. For this, simply wake up 15 minutes earlier the first week, then another 15 minutes earlier the following week, and so on. Do it until you reach your wake-up hour goal. Again, this is about mental discipline and physical routine. So set the alarm clock earlier, switch it off when it wakes you, and get out of bed immediately, and think about how you're going to usefully spend that time, ensuring that you are faced into business every day in peak physical and mental condition. This is one of the habits of highly successful people that you can implement immediately tomorrow morning. Follow the leaders. Study the habits of highly successful people. Now, few writers illustrate this better than the great Stephen Covey and his brilliant book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Powerful Lessons in Personal Change, published in 1989. However, it is not an overnight phenomenon to develop successful habits. Success does not come immediately. Change will not come overnight. But if you study these habits of highly successful people and make some adjustments, change will come. And once you see the benefits, these are habits that will stay with you for life. I highly recommend that you take the time to read Stephen Covey's wonderful book. There are other good suggestions to form habits that contribute to your success. Here are some of them. First one is, get a routine. Another of the most influential thinkers and writers on personal and business productivity is Hal Elrod, and his very interesting book, The Miracle Morning. In simple terms, if you're the type of person who gets up late, skips breakfast, has a hectic day, dashes to work and then makes it to the office a bit late, this will set the tone for your day every day. He suggests that any area of your life can undergo dramatic transformation simply by changing the way you wake up in the morning. He writes, how you wake up each day and your morning routine, or lack thereof, dramatically affects your levels of success in every area of your life. Focused, productive, successful mornings generate focused, productive, successful days, which inevitably create a successful life, in the same way that unfocused, unproductive, and mediocre mornings generate unfocused, unproductive, and mediocre days, and ultimately a mediocre quality of life. It's easier said than done, of course, and it can only be done on the basis of a series of activities that is right for the individual person. You need to develop your own personalized morning routine. It is one of the key habits of highly successful people. Also, number 2, start earlier. One of my friends was a man in the retail sector who always made a special effort to attempt at least one new technique or approach during the month of January. It nearly always worked to his satisfaction. When asked for an explanation of his strategy, my friend said, and just to think about it, it's winter and retail is pretty exhausting over Christmas, and most of the sector is asleep when January rolls in. It's a good time to set yourself apart from what everyone else is doing. Now, the third suggestion is think positive. The reflexive option for many these days is to reach for the smartphone in order to check email. It's clear from studying the habits of highly successful people that quite a number of business leaders and high achievers that email is avoided first thing in the morning. For many really successful business leaders, the moments immediately after opening the eyes truly set the tone for the rest of the day and should not be spent looking at email or work-related social media posts. So try reading or viewing something brief, concise, and inspirational during those crucial first waking moments. If you don't want to read a book or view a screen and are itching to put your smartphone to some use, then let it be for a positive reason. Never underestimate the power of positive thinking. No matter how hackneyed and cliched you believe the expression is due to the sheer volume of its usage, positivity is one of the habits of highly successful people that is scientifically proven to work. So banish that negativity today. The next suggestion is be grateful. Many really successful business leaders and high achievers swear by the conscious practice of gratitude, and it is something that they focus on most intently first thing in the morning. Leadership expert and best-selling author Mark Sanborn has some words here that are instructive. He says, some people think the antidote to negative thinking is positive thinking. In my opinion, the antidote to negative thinking is gratitude. Sanborn is the author of such acclaimed business books as The Fred Factor, You Don't Need a Title to Be a Leader, and Up, Down, or Sideways. And he tells us that gratitude is a gift that is simultaneously given and received. Gratitude repays any leader when in sales, customer service, or operations, and in 4 key ways. Sanborn describes gratitude as 1, the gift of perspective, allowing you to focus on what you have rather than what you do not, on what is right rather than what is wrong. 2, the gift of energy, building your psychological and spiritual reserves, and energizing you to do something in response to realization of what you have in life. 3, the gift of guidance, reminding you of what is important to you and your team, and where you should focus your time, action, money, and attention, and making the difference between what you look at and what you actually see. And 4, the gift of resilience. Anyone who surmounts a challenge in life may not actually have been grateful for the challenge, but will certainly appreciate what came from the experience. That is resilience, a critical skill for successful people. All of these suggestions lead us to what could be another few ways to achieve your ideal life. I'm quite impressed by the famous author Brian Tracy. He gives us quite a few suggestions on how to achieve your ideal life. He is recognized as the top sales training and personal success authority in the world today. He has authored more than 60 books and has produced more than 500 audio and video learning programs on sales management, business success, and personal development, including the bestseller, The Psychology of Achievement. He suggests that anything you could ever want more of, or any factor that you would consider important to your happiness and achieving a happy life, can be placed in one of 7 categories of success. These 7 ingredients to a happy life are considered with everything ever written or discovered on happiness, success, and self-improvement. They characterize the life and accomplishments of all high-performing men and women, and they include everything you could ever want. So how can you achieve your ideal life? Your ideal life is a blending of the 7 ingredients I'm going to mention, and in exactly the combination that makes you the happiest at any particular moment. By defining your success and happiness in terms of one or more of these 7 ingredients, you create a clear target to aim at. You engage in positive thinking. You can then measure how well you're doing. You can identify the areas where you need to make changes if you want self-improvement in your life. The first suggestion is peace of mind. It is the highest human good. Without it, nothing else has much value. Because of this, you strive for it all your life. You usually evaluate how well you are doing at any given time by how much inner peace you enjoy. Peace of mind and positive thinking is essential for the optimal performance and happy life of all human groupings, from your relationships with your friends and family to the business and organizations in which you work. The second ingredient to a happy life is health and energy. Just as peace of mind is your normal and natural mental state, health and energy is your normal and natural physical state. The third ingredient to a happy life is loving relationships. These are relationships with people you love and care about, and the people who love and care about you. They are the real measure of how you are doing as a human being. Happiness or unhappiness in life comes from your relationship with others, and it is your relationship with others that makes you truly human. The fourth ingredient of a happy life and success is financial freedom. To be financially free means that you have enough money so that you don't have to worry about it continually, as most people do. It is not money that lies at the root of all evil. It is the lack of money. Achieving your own financial freedom is one of the most important goals and responsibilities of your life. It is far too important to be left to chance. A feeling of financial freedom is essential to your self-improvement and to the achievement of any other important goal. And you cannot be truly free until and unless you have enough money that you are no longer preoccupied by it. The fifth ingredient of a happy life is setting worthy goals and ideals. Perhaps your deepest subconscious drive, according to Dr. Viktor E. Frankl, author of Man's Search for Meaning, is the need for meaning and purpose in life. To be truly happy, you need a clear sense of direction. You need positive thinking to get there. You need a commitment to something bigger and more important than yourself. You need to feel that your life stands for something, that you are somehow making a valuable contribution to the world. Happiness has been defined as the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. You can only be happy with yourself when you are working step by step towards something that is really important to you. The sixth ingredient to success in a happy life is self-knowledge and self-awareness. Throughout all of history, self-knowledge has gone hand in hand with inner happiness, positive thinking, and outer achievement. To perform your best, you need to know who you are and why you think and feel the way you do. The seventh ingredient to a happy life is a sense of personal fulfillment. This is a feeling that you are becoming everything that you are moving towards. It is the realization of your full potential as a human being. Your happy life begins with self-improvement and ends with a personal fulfillment that you have accomplished all you wanted to. Decide what is right for you before you decide what is possible. Create your ideal life in every detail. Don't be concerned about the process of getting from where you are to where you want to go. For now, just focus on positive thinking and creating a vision of your perfect future. I do hope that some of what you have heard today will help you become what you are capable of becoming. You deserve to have the best life you can design and make it happen. Go for your dream. You can do it. If I can help you with further information or answer any questions, please contact me, Carol Davies, the Passion Motivator, at my website, www.thepassionmotivator.com, or by email at Coach Carol Davies, that's COACHCAROL, D like Don, AVIES, @gmail.com, especially if you would like a copy of the suggestions on creating habits for a successful life. Remember, making changes in your life is something you can do. Tune in next week for more tips on how to have your best life ever. Bye now.
Tune in every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern for Only the Best for You with Carol Davies on Global Voice Radio.